Welcome to the very first video of my brand new channel, Learn R Now. My name is Luc. I've been working with R for more than 15 years and I'm ready to share everything that I've learned so that you can improve your skills in R. Today I will share my main principles that I try to apply when coding. Transparency to me is the most important part of coding. No matter who picks up your code, everybody should be able to understand what I've done, why I've done it, and be able to replicate my results 100% exact. First, we can increase readability by adding context and structure. Start off with a title. Write a bit of an introduction about what the project is about. Always mention who created the script and when the script was created. Then my scripts are always very structured. I try to apply sections headings. So if you press Ctrl-Shift-R, you can bring up a screen and add in a section. As a result, you will see here that my scripts have structure like this. So basically you create a table of content and you can navigate between the sections. My scripts always starts with these two lines. The first line removes every element that is loaded in the R environment. And the second line runs a separate script that loads all my custom functions and makes sure that all the packages that I need are installed. So I will make a complete separate video on how I set up my environment because there's quite a lot involved. I will also make lots of videos in the future about custom functions that I've created that can save you lots of time, and I'm happy to share all of them with you. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe so you get notified when the next video is published. The next principle relates to data cleaning. We try to minimize data cleaning in Excel and do all our data cleaning in R. So for example, there's a mistake here clearly because you cannot be 1200 centimeters tall. But if I change it here, there is no record of me making that change. So we're going to keep the data as it is and go to R to make the change. So in R, we would open the data set and we will see that at age 7, there's a 1200. We might want to change that. So we can say in the data frame for height, where age in the data frame equals 7. If we run this section, we can get 1200 and we can say, let's change it to 120. And when we change it, we also have to write down why we have changed it. The next principle is a bit more difficult to do and you need a bit more experience in R, but when you have it, it's really nice to be able to reduce your code and reuse your code. I try to create functions where possible. So if I do a particular procedure and I think I might reuse it again in a later project, I just as well make a function. So as an example here, I have a Kepler-Meyer curve that I want to generate. So I've got a simple model with one of the free data sets, and the general plotting function that relates to this will produce a plot like this. So that's not very interesting. You can change it. What I wrote is a km plot function. So it's one of my custom functions that at some stage I'll dive in fully. If I run this, this is my plot. So it's fully laid out. It would have a title. It does the significant testing between survival for different groups. And most important, at the bottom, it adds in the number of people at risk at any point in time. I don't know why, but many people use codes rather than names. So instead of sex being male and female, they use sex being 0 and 1, or 1 or 2. Using code sets like this might be useful for when collecting data, but when you analyze data, it's best to avoid using codes. So here we are comparing height and weight for males and females. Rather than using codes, just use the actual names and your tables and analysis will be a lot more easy to interpret. And finally, I know you don't want to hear it, but when you finish with your project, go through your code once more from start to finish and make sure you clean it up. There you have it, my principles for coding. Let me know if you have other principles that you try to follow, and let me know which of the principles you currently apply in your job and which ones you will apply from now on. Make sure to subscribe for a lot more content, and I'll see you in the next video.